Hey guys, my name's Liam and I'm reading Forbiden through the Tempation of Edward Cullen. Why? Well, because I'm bored of watching porn in the middle of the day. And today's the last chapter actually. There's no more after this. This isn't technically the ending. This story doesn't actually end, it just kind of falls off because the author got bored and quit or whatever. I'm not sure what I'm going to do after this. I'm going to take a look around TV tropes, maybe the So Bad It's Good page, maybe even the So Bad It's Horrible page, but I'll find something. I don't think I'm going to do My Immortal, though, because that's been ridiculously overdone, because, this hasn't been ridiculously overdone itself. So, yeah, let's get this moving. Hey guys, sorry it's been so long since an update. I have been so busy lately. So, I had a fight with my old beta, but I have a new one now, and she is helping me. She is on Vacaton this week and next, so I promise I will sort out the spelling mistakes when I can. Chapter 8, The Kidnap. I sat alone in the changes rooms. I was almost naked and looked awesome with my exotic lively hair falling down over my face like a curtain of soft yellow cream with bits of purple in it, and I didn't care how beautiful or exquisite I was anymore. I'm just gonna make my... whatever. Edward was gone. He had left to follow Bella to keep her from killing herself, and I was so mad. How could he leave me like that after saying Bella was a cow and he didn't like her no more? I was pissed, and the tears were falling down my face like a tepid summer rain of misery and woe. So I went home and skipped school and sat in my room in my black corset and leather panties, and I smoked some drugs and started to weep. Dave came in and made a big happy face, or big smiley face, sorry. Hi Tia, I didn't know you were home. How is school today? He didn't notice I was smoking drugs and thought my cigarette of pot was a chapstick. It sucks! My life sucks and I want to die! I screamed and my eyes glittered with beauty. What? You teenagers... you teenagers and your problems, lol, he said, laughing a lot, and I knew he thought I was just some silly kid whining about homework and dumb boys and stuff. He didn't know I had killed a man and lost the love of my life, and I'd made Lauren get hit by lightning, and all the kids at school thought I was a freak because my face and bodies were so different from everyone else's, so please use commas. Dave, you're a good person, but you're so fucking dumb, you asshole! I shouted at him and threw my ashtray at his head without touching it. I could make stuff move when I was angry now. It was so weird. Why did this have to happen to me? Haha, I guess you're right, he laughed. He thought I was joking. I wasn't spoiled or anything. It's so nice having you here, Tiana. You're so pretty. I swear, you're even prettier than before. And I think your boobs have grown. Isn't this her dad, or her adoptive dad, or whatever? Yeah, I know. They're like an E-cup now, I said. But didn't she say she was, like, almost thin enough to be anorexic? Or whatever. Dave smiled and patted me on the head and left. I was so sick of being treated like a kid and no one listening to me that I got up and dressed in a long black dress and took some pills of drugs and went to the local nightclub, which was called Pablo Nightmare. It was a goth club where all the cool people went in forks. Bella probably had never even heard of it, lol. I met Snoofles on the way, and he came with me. We went into the club and got drinks and started dancing to heavy metal music. People there stared at us because I was so different looking and Snoofles was a panda, but we didn't care. We were having so much fun. We were so drunk and had taken a lot of drugs, so my head was fuzzy like there was snow everywhere. Hi, you're called Tiana, aren't you? I am Jasper, and I go to your school, said Jasper Cullen, who was tall with blonde curly hair like straw, only soft and nice and not dry. He was tall. He was wearing a black pullover with red metal pointy shoes. Author's note, that description sounded better in my head. Oh well. Hey, whatever, I said. Why aren't you with that girl I always see you with? You mean my GF, Alice, he said, and looked suddenly very sad and started to cry and bite down hard on his lips. What is wrong, Jasper? I said. The problem is, I don't love her like she loves me. I am gay, and that's wrong, and I feel so horrible about it. There's nothing bad about being gay, you know, I said. Really? He said, and looked shocked with his mouth open. Yeah, it's proper normal, and Snoofles is gay and everything, I said, and Snoofles waved and Jasper waves back. He smiles, and we all started dancing together, and Jasper gave us some of his drugs. We had a really good time, and Jasper met another gay guy called Vince, and we all got in Snoofles' car, and at the end of the night, I drove around while the others had sex in the back of the car. I was drunk because I was a vampire. It was okay to drive, and I had better reflex than humans. But suddenly, something jumped into the road in front of us, and I had to stop the car and get out. There was a man standing in the middle of the road. He was tall and muscly and had black hair like the black feathers of a raven in the black darkness. He was good looking, but he looked so angry I got out my samurai sword. I often have it with me. But someone jammed up behind me and tore it from me. Then there were like 10 people all grabbing my body in the darkness, and they put a thing over my face so I couldn't see, and they tied me up. Jasper, Snoofles, and Vince were too busy doing gay sex on each other to notice. I could hear them grunting and humping and having orgasms on each other. It was so cute, but now was so not the time. The man who had caught me took me away, and something hit me over the head, and I was unconscious. When I awoken, I found myself in a small dark room, and the tall muscle man was in front of me. I was stripped down to my underwear, and I was chained to a chair with some metal chains, and I couldn't move. I can't read this, I'm sorry. Who are you? Who are you, you wanky perv? I shouted. I am Jacob, the Werewolf King, he yelled with his eyes rolling around his face. He looked so mad and crazy. No! I screamed and I tried to break myself free, but I was under so many metal chains I looked into his wagging face instead. What do you want from me? Why am I here? I say, and I started to cry. You must be punished for what you did to Bella Swan, he shrieked, and the drool was sloping down his face just like rain, only thick and foam-like. You are a half-bred, that is spelled B-R-E-A-D. You should never have been born. Your father was a vampire and your mom was a witch. It's weird and wrong, and now you've broken Bella's heart. Half-bred! 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 Say it again. This dude was insane. He was so angry he was jumping up and down, but something he said had caught my attention. What do you mean my mom was a witch? I said. My father used to know her. He lived here in La Push and she was a witch. She could make fire come from nowhere and control the weather and talk to animals and loads of other stuff. She was a freak like you. Of course. It all made sense now. I was so shocked I fainted. Fucking tongue twister. When I woke up, Jacob was in front of me and he was naked. He was smiling in a proper creepy way and looked totally weird like a greasy frog thing, and his male genital item was not nice like Edward's. It was like a horrible wet mushroom. He stroked my knee with it and I gasped. What was he going to do to me? But suddenly, before he could come any closer, he's already like right there if he's stroking your knee with his dick, unless he's got like a really long dick or something. Whatever. But suddenly, before he could come any closer, the door of the room we were in burst open. It was you, Dard. And that is the end of Forbidden Fruit. So, thanks for listening to all like the 3 people who watch this, and I will see you in the next story I read.